What light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet awakes. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief, that thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. Be not her maid, since she is envious. Her vesture livery is but sick and green, and none but fools do wear it. Cast it off. It is my lady, oh, it is my love. Oh, that she knew she were. She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that? Her eyes discourses, I will answer it. I am too bold. It is not to me she speaks. Two of the fairest stars in all the heaven, having some business to entreat her eyes to twinkle in their spheres till they return. What if her eyes were there, they in her head? The brightness of her cheek would shame those stars, as daylight doth a lamp. Her eyes in heaven would through the airy region stream so bright that birds would sing and think it were not night. See how she learns her cheek upon her hand. Oh, that I were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek. She speaks. Oh, speak again, bright angel, for thou art as glorious as the night, being o'er my head as is a winged unto the white upturned wondering eyes of mortals that fall back to gaze on him when he bestrides the lazy pacing clouds and sails upon the bosom of the air.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name. Or if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet. 'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art myself, though not a Montague. What is Montague? It is nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man. Or be some other name. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo, call it, retain that dear perfection, which he owes without that title. Romeo, doff thy name, and for that name which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take thee at thy word, call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth I never will be Romeo.
What man art thou that thus be screeched at night, so stumblest on my counsel?
By a name, I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name, dear saint, is hateful to myself, because it is an enemy to thee. Had it written, I would tear the world.
My ears have not yet drunk 100 words of that tongue's utterance, yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo and a Montague?
Neither, fair saint, if either thee dislikes.
How camest thou hither, tell me, and wherefore? The orchard walls are high, and hard to climb, and that place of death, considering who thou art, if any of my kinsmen find thee here.
With love's light wings did o'erpush these walls, for stony limits cannot hold love out, and what love can do that dares love attempt. Therefore thy kinsmen are no let to me.
If they do see thee, they will murder thee.
Attack, there lies more peril in thine eyes than 20 of their swords, and I am proof against their enmity.
I would not for the world they saw thee here.
I have knights cloaked to hide me from their sight, but thou love me lest them fan me here. My life were better ended by their hate than death prorogued wanting of thy love.
By whose direction foundest thou at this place?
By love, who first did prompt me to inquire. He lent me counsel, and I lent him eyes. I am no pilot yet. Wert thou as far as that vast shore washed, with the farthest sea I would adventure for such merchandise.
Thou knowest the mask of night is on my face. Else would a maiden blush bepaint my cheek, for that which thou hast heard me speak tonight. Fain would I dwell on form, fain deny what I have spoke. but farewell compliment, dost thou love me? I know thou wilt say aye, and I will take thy word. Yet if thou swearest, thou mayest prove false. O gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully. Or if thou thinkest I am too quickly won, I'll frown and be perverse, and say thee nay. So thou wilt woo, but else not for the world. In truth, fair Montague, I am too fond, and therefore thou mayest think my behaviour light. But trust me, gentlemen, I'll prove more true than those that have more cunning to be strange. I should have been more strange, I must confess, but that thou overheard us ere I was ware my true love's passion. Therefore pardon me, and not impute this yielding to light love, which the dark night hath so discovered.
Lady, by yonder blessed moon, I swear that tips with silver all these fruit treetops.
Oh, swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon, that monthly changes in her circled orb, lest that thy love prove likewise variable.
What shall I swear by?
Do not swear at all, or if thou wilt swear by thy gracious self, which is the God of my idolatry, and I'll believe thee.
If my heart's dear love.
Oh, do not swear. Although I joy in thee, I have no joy of this contract tonight. It is too rash, too unadvised, and too sudden, too like the lightning, which doth cease to be ere one can say to lightning sweet, good night. This bud of love by summer's ripening breath may prove a beautiful flower when next we meet. Good night, a sweet repose and rest come to thy heart as that within my breast.
Oh, wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction can thou have tonight?
The exchange of thy love's faithful vow for mine.
I gave thee mine before thou didst request it, yet I would it were to give again.
Wouldst thou withdraw it? For what purpose, love?
To be frank and give it to thee again. And yet I wish but for the one thing I have. My bounty is as boundless as the sea. My love is deep. The more I give to thee, the more I have, for both are infinite. Coming thus, 3 words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed. If that thy bent of love be honourable, thy proposed marriage, send me word tomorrow, by one that I'll procure to come to thee, where and what time thou wilt perform the rite, and all my fortunes at thy foot I'll lay, and follow thee, my lord, throughout the world. But if thou mean'st not well, I do beseech thee to cease thy suit, and leave me to my grief. Tomorrow will I send.
So strive, my soul.
1,000 times good night.
1,000 times the worst to want thy light. Love goes toward love as schoolboys from their books, but love from love towards school with heavy looks.
Romeo,
my dear,
at what clock tomorrow shall I send to thee?
At the honour of 9.
I will not fail. 'Tis 20 till then. I forgot why I did call thee back.
Let me stand here till thou remember it.
I shall forget, remembering how I love thy company.
And I'll still stay, to have thee still forgetting any other home but this.
Good night for any other home but this. Good night, parting is such sweet sorrow, that thou shalt say good night till it be morrow.
Sleep dwell upon thine eyes, peace in thy breast. Would I were sleep and peace, so sweet to rest.